Hello, Alethea. How are you today?
Hi, Tina. I'm doing very well. It's always good to be in spaces with you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. So today we're here to talk about our upcoming summit on January 31st, Embracing the Unknown. And I'm Tina Kadish, business coach, author, and speaker of From Job to Joy. And I host these summits for women who are in a career transition. They are women that are on the fence of in their next chapter. They want to reinvent themselves. They need clarity. They might be looking for a next career. And so I host these summits and I always have some great speakers. And the focus of this summit is really for if you feel stuck between who you are and who you want to become. Maybe fear is present, and how do we move beyond the fear? Maybe you want clarity without pretending that the unknown isn't real. Maybe you're ready to take responsibility for the next chapter. Maybe you need a plan that gives you freedom, not burnout. And so we have eight amazing speakers because this is about not about certainty. This is about self-trust. And so Alethea here today is going to share her talk topic, which is leading with no guarantees. And you're going to hear from Alethea on why come and hear her speak, because she's an amazing speaker. I've heard her before, and I'm so honored to have her as one of the eight speakers for the summit. And this summit is really, when you will leave the summit, you're going to have a clear understanding of who you're becoming. You're going to have confidence that's rooted in action. You're going to have that mental resilience to handle that uncertainty. You're going to have a vision for your business and yourself for 2026. And you're going to have tools that will help you to build that structure and the momentum. And you're going to have a blueprint, not a wish, of what comes next. So, Alethea, take it away and tell us a little bit about you and your talk. And why do people need to come?
Thank you so much, Tina. I really appreciate you. And yes, we have known each other for a while now. We've spoken on some of the same platforms and stages, and you've actually had me to speak at one of your prior summits. But I am Alethea Felton, and I am a professional speaker, a transformation specialist, and also a podcast host of the top 3% ranked show, The Power Transformation Podcast. I am the founder of Alethea Felton Coaching and Resilient Leaders Alliance. And who I serve and how I help is I help entrepreneurs and leaders specifically who are experiencing personal challenges, and I help them reinvent their identity and get renewed direction to create the life that they are in now. And that is so important because in these roles that we lead as leaders, we go through life. Life still happens. Things may be going great in our businesses and our careers, but there are things that we don't speak on. There are things that lay silent or dormant in us, but we have to deal with those. And those are those personal life challenges. So while I'm not a business coach, I help you to transform. I am a certified life coach and I use holistic measures to really help you. And that's why I have more training in being a transformation specialist. So my speech in particular is dealing with leading with no guarantees. And the title speaks for itself is that we must lead even in a path in our life is uncertain, even if things that we try to accomplish and achieve may not go as planned, we cannot stay stagnant. We cannot be stalled and we must move forward. So, the why behind my speech is based on my own personal life. Life can hit hard and hit fast and quickly and can change overnight. And yet, I've had to learn throughout my life how to pivot, how to be resilient in order to have breakthroughs. And resiliency is just not simply bouncing back, but it's literally catapulting ahead and forward for the next best thing in your life. And so it's so important that you attend this summit. Yes, Tina is a fabulous person, entrepreneur, business coach, etc. But this speech in particular will speak directly to you who are leading in a business or in your career, and there are unspoken things that are happening behind the scenes, and you need a clear plan on what to do in order to move forward so that you don't wallow in your suffering, so that you don't get stuck, so that you don't burn out to a point where you just want to give up on everything. And I will give you practical strategies and tools and tips that you can apply in the present in order to get you to move forward. And I think that's so important is we all smile for social media and we, are present with our businesses and our clientele or the teams that we lead, and we may not know some unspoken challenges. And if I can say this last thing, I think of
Yes.
the movie Devil Wears Prada, one of my
Oh, I
favorite
love that
movies.
movie. That's one
It,
of my favorites
yes,
too.
it is. And people see Meryl Streep as this, you know, tyrant of a leader and boss and everything, and people walk on eggshells around her. But yet there's this softer side when it comes to her twins. She absolutely adores them and loves them. And then there's one scene in the movie where Andy, her assistant, really steps into something very personal.
Mm,
And that personal challenge is that Meryl Streep and her husband, well, the character,
yes.
Meryl Streep's character, Miranda, and her husband are breaking up, splitting up. And there's a tender moment where you see this human part of her, and then she shifts
Mm,
into, okay, I gotta go back. But deep down, she's still a human. And so that's when she could have used someone like me to help her navigate
mm.
those challenges and those hard places in her personal life while still being all she is in her business. And so that's what you'll get from my speech is really knowing that you must lead even when the world around you may not be certain.
I love that. And I love the way you compared to the movie on what they're going to get. So, what would you say that the value of your talk and coming to this summit would be for the audience coming here? What would you say? I mean, I know you're going to offer strategies,
Mhm.
actionable steps, how to lead, through your personal challenges and have that resiliency. Is there any one particular thing that you would say that why they need to come besides you being a phenomenal speaker
Mhm.
is a great reason for them to come to
Yeah.
hear you. Is there anything else that why they need to come and hear
I
you?
think it's, yeah, I think it's important that it goes beyond just me being a speaker, but I think that people nowadays, Tina, are seeking authenticity and relevance. And the fact remains is that part of my platform and what I've built my brand and my personal identity around is that everything that I share, everything that I guide and coach and support people through, I've lived it. And what I mean by it is your challenge may not be mine, but you will be getting tangible strategies from a real person, me,
Good.
who I've actually implemented and created frameworks that I've experimented first on myself to know that they work and then given them to other people. And so I think that is important is that it's not me just speaking just to speak or, oh, I sound good and great. It's literally a person who, even now, with these roles and titles, go through things behind the scenes that I'm not afraid of sharing. Of course, I don't tell all of my business. I don't think
Mm,
anyone ought to,
right.
but it's those moments in life that are sensitive that we may need to really share so that we can learn how to move her forward. Because it's easy to, we have seen people who have been at the prime, who have thrived, and it doesn't matter where you are in your career or business. We've seen some people in our society or even in our own lives who have, I mean, just thrived beyond what you could imagine. And then you find out oh my goodness, that was happening. Or you
Mm,
learn that they didn't get help or speak up or get the support that they need. I might not be for everybody. That's okay. But at least my speech and what I'm sharing could be something that you can use
mm,
that can help you to move forward another day. And if we put
love that.
one foot in front of the other, we will soon see that things turn around. It might not feel like it in the moment, but things turn around. And also, a personal challenge doesn't necessarily have to always be bad. A personal challenge could be, you are leading this team and maybe, behind the scenes, you want to really walk away and do more with your family. That's not
Mm,
necessarily a bad challenge, but that's a crossroads that you're in and a decision that you have to make. So this speech is coming from a person like me whose glasses keep slipping off her face, but also I am currently having a personal challenge with glasses that no longer fit. But
right.
also, but coming from a person
Yeah.
who is doing the best that I can day by day, just like everyone else. I don't have all of the answers, but I have some. And I know how to speak to your problems directly and to give you actionable steps. It's just not a happy, happy, joy, joy, feel
Yeah.
good speech, but it's
Yeah.
literally about what can you use in the here and now.
I love that. So, for those of you listening here, I'm going to put the link here in the comments where you can get more information. And what I loved what you just said too is all of the speakers in the summit have lived it. They're not just talking because they're a speaker, they're
Mhm.
sharing the message that is real. They've lived it. And I love it, your personal challenges, things that you're living through, that you're not just the speaker and why come because you're great. No, it's that the women, the audience, I should say, because it's open to men as well, the audience will walk away with actionable steps, real life strategies that you have lived. And of
Mhm.
course, all of the speakers will have their offers, provided they'll have the free offers and ways for you to connect with them. So I invite you to invest in yourself. Let's begin 2026 with embracing the unknown. And this is our first speaker who will be sharing more to come. But thank you, Alethea, for coming here today and telling us more about what you're going to be speaking on. And I'm excited and I can't wait for everybody else to hear your talk. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.